Welcome. In this video, we'll be discussing or working out some example questions, simplifying using the index laws we've covered so far. That is the product or multiplication law. I'll write them on the side so that we keep referring to them. So if we have a to the power m times a to the power n, we shall add the powers since the bases are the same. Remember, the condition is the bases have to be the same. A to the power m divided by a to the power n. I will subtract the powers. Bases are still the same. And then the power rule, if I have a number of base raised to a power raised to another power, I will multiply the powers. Likewise, the extension one where we have brackets. So if I have a times b to the power m, the power is distributed on both or on every term inside the bracket. For division also, if I have a over b to the power m, the power will be distributed on everything inside the bracket. So we are going to use these 5 rules to solve this question. So for example, part A requires us to simplify, and our answer has to be in indices. So I will first use this law because there is a bracket and a power. So in this case, we will have p squared to the power 4 times q to the power 5 to the power 4. This power is distributing on everything inside, and I'm still multiplying that with p cubed to the power 6. Q is to the power 1, so q to the power 6. Okay, so now I'm going to use the power law, that if I have a number raised to a power raised to another power, I will multiply the powers. So this simplifies to p squared, so that would be a 2 times 4, and times q, that's going to be a 5 times 4, then times p, that's a 3 times 6, and times q to the power 6. Now at this point, all of this is multiplication. I've used this dot so that I don't mix these two up, but it's okay to use the multiplication sign throughout. I am going to collect like terms, or I'm going to look out for those terms where the bases are the same so that I can apply the laws of indices. So I have p to the power 8 times p to the power 18, and then times, then over here I have the q's. They have the same bases, so this would be q to the power 20 times q to the power 6. So now I am going to use this law that if the bases are the same, we're going to add the powers. So this would give me 18 plus 8, so that would be p to the power 26 times then 20 plus 6 q to the power 26. This is my final answer in index form. I have simplified the whole expression. Okay, part B. Now part B involves division. So we have, let me write it over here again. We have 3a to the power 5 over b cubed, everything to power 4, divide by, there is a negative inside the bracket, so that's negative 9a cubed divided by b power 6 squared. Okay, so we'll start by using this law where we have to distribute the power. So this first bracket alone is going to simplify to, now remember, the power is distributed on every term. So the most common error is putting the 4 only on the A. This 4 goes to the 3, but it also goes to that term. So we'll have 3 to power 4, A to power 5 to power 4, divide by B to power 3 to power 4. Okay? And on this other side, we would have this one distributing to both of these. So the negative is on the 9, so I'll keep it on the 9. Negative 9 squared, A cubed to power 2 or squared, B to power 6 to power 2. I still have my division sign in between here. I am working on them. I'm working on them separately so that I don't mix up anything. Now 3 to power 4 is a number, so we can evaluate that. 3 to power 4 is 3 times 3 times 3 times 3, which gives us 81. Now this is the power rule. A to power 5 to power 4, I will multiply these two powers. So I have A to power 20. And this is over, this is going to be 3 times 4. This is going to be B to power 12. Okay? Now the whole of this is divided by negative 9 squared is 81, positive 81. So this would give us an 81. A to power 3 to power 2, that's the power rule. So this would be A to power 3 times 2, and B to power 6 to power 2, that's B to power 6 times 2, B to power 12. Now in division, we need to remember something over here. If I'm dividing two fractions, we talked about this method before. It is KFC. K is keep the first fraction. F is flip the next fraction. And C is change the sign to multiplication. So keep the first fraction. Now my first fraction is 81, A to the power 20, B to the power 12. Flip the next fraction, flip it, denominator becomes numerator, so on and so forth. B to power 12 over 81 times A to the power 6, then change the sign to multiplication. Okay, so now in multiplication, numerator times numerator, denominator times denominator. So I have 81 A to the power 20 times B to the power 12 over B to the power 12 times 81 A to the power 6. As you can see here, some terms can cancel out. 81 cancels out because they are both numbers. B to the power 12 cancels out. So I am left with A to the power 20 divided by A to the power 6. And I'll use the division rule. This is A to the power 20 minus 6, which gives me A to the power 14 as my final answer. Now for us to do this, you need to follow the steps carefully and apply the rules as you meet them. Thank you.